We planned my daughter's birthday at Mom's house. Caterer booked. Fancy cake ordered. The night before, Mom texted, "Change of plans. We're using it for your sister's kid instead. More important." I didn't argue. Later that night, I paused every card, every autopay, every secret transfer. By 9 a.m., my phone blew up with angry family texts. When my daughter saw the banner over my mom's garage, she stopped so suddenly I almost bumped into her. "Happy 5th birthday, Liam." Not her name, not her age. Tessa stood there in her sparkly purple dress, white sneakers, clutching the silver unicorn balloon we'd picked out together. Her hand tightened around mine until my fingers hurt. "Daddy," she asked, voice thin, "why does it say Liam?" Behind us, I could hear kids yelling in the backyard. The squeak of an inflatable slide bass from some pop song. The smell of fried chicken and mac and cheese drifted out of the open kitchen window. My caterer, my menu, my deposit. I swallowed, and all I could see was the text my mom had sent at 11:43 p.m. the night before. "Mom, change of plans. We're using the party for your sister's kid instead. More important, Tessa can share. She's young. She'll be fine." I'd stared at it for a long minute, typed and deleted 3 different replies. I'd even written "Mom, absolutely not" once, and hovered over send. Then I put the phone face down and told myself I'd deal with it in the morning. Now it was morning, and my kid's birthday party had someone else's name on it. I forced my voice to stay level. "Let's go say hi to Grandma." I said, "We'll figure it out." I didn't figure anything out. But that was the last moment where I could still pretend this was a misunderstanding. I'm Jim, 39, Burbank, California. I'm an actor. Technically, not the famous kind. I'm the guy you see in the background of a cop show saying, "We ran the plates." Or the dad in a cereal commercial who looks impressed when milk doesn't splash. I make decent money when work is steady, then hold my breath between jobs. It's not glamorous, but it's enough for a 2-bedroom condo and my half of my daughter's life. Tessa is 7, quiet, observant, the kind of kid who says, "Excuse me," to pigeons when they're in her way. She spends half the week with me, half with her mom. My ex and I aren't best friends, but we're not at war. We trade schedules and pictures and school reminders like coworkers. My original family, whole different story. My parents live in the valley. My younger sister Melissa lives 5 minutes from them with her husband and their son Liam. In the family mythology, Liam is the sun. Everything orbits him. Every story ends with, "And then Liam did the funniest thing." Tessa somehow is a distant moon. Cute, sure, but optional. I became the family wallet around the time I booked my first recurring TV role. My dad called me Hollywood for a week and joked about me paying off their mortgage. The joke turned into a temporary payment when their credit card interest spiked. Then their internet got added to my autopay. Then their gas and electric. Then my mom got a card on my credit account just for emergencies. And the emergencies started to look a lot like Target decor and little treats for the house. I set up a family support transfer $600 on the first of the month straight into their checking. I didn't call it that out loud. I called it helping. When Melissa's old car died, I covered the down payment on a new one. When their roof leaked, I paid the roofer. When my dad needed a root canal, I paid the dentist. Every time I tried to gently slow down, Mom would say, "You have more than we do. You're the successful one. This is what family does." Apparently, what family did was I paid, they decided. The part that really ate at me, though, wasn't the money. It was how little of that generosity ever seemed to reach my kid. When Liam was born, my mom had a photo album called Our First Grandchild printed in a week. She showed it to waiters, neighbors, random people at the pharmacy. When Tessa was born 2 years earlier, she'd posted a blurry Facebook picture with a caption about hospital parking. When Liam turned 4, he got a dinosaur park rental, a cake with his face on it, and a special Nana and Papa Day before and after. I helped pay for the rental. When Tessa turned 4, we had a sheet cake in my parents' kitchen. My mom forgot to buy candles and laughed like it was cute. "We'll just pretend," she'd said while my daughter blew on bare frosting. Every time I noticed, I excused it. Distance, schedules, Melissa being closer, whatever. It was easier than saying it out loud. My parents treated my kid like a footnote. This year, I told myself, was going to be different. The party idea started small. "Can I have a unicorn birthday?" Tessa asked one night, feet tucked under her on my couch. "We can do unicorn," I said. "What kind?" She thought hard. "Space unicorn," she decided. "With planets and stars, and maybe a rocket," I laughed. "Ambitious," I said. "We'll see what we can do." My place is small. 2 bedrooms, 1 tiny balcony. The idea of 12 second graders running around my living room made my eye twitch. I mentioned it to my mom on the phone. "Have it here," she said immediately. "We've got the yard, the grill, the patio. It'll be so much easier. We'll help with everything." It sounded like an olive branch. "Are you sure?" I asked. "It's a lot of work." "Oh, please," she said. "It'll be fun. I'll do decorations and goodie bags. You handle the big stuff. We'll make it nice for her. She's our girl," she said. Our girl, and some stupid hopeful part of me lit up. I booked a caterer that did kid parties. Chicken tenders, sliders, salad, mac and cheese, fruit. I put down a deposit that made my stomach clench and told myself I'd pick up an extra self-tape workshop. Later, Tessa and I went to a bakery she'd fallen in love with. There was a cake in the window, 3 tiers, pastel frosting, tiny planets, and a unicorn in a helmet. Her eyes got huge. "That one," she whispered. We looked at the catalog. The price was ridiculous. "Maybe a little smaller," I suggested. She looked at me, then at the cake, then back. "We don't have to," she said, trying to be brave. "It's okay if it's just a little one." That decided it. "We're doing the big one," I said. "Once in a lifetime. 7 is a big deal." I paid half up front. The balance was due at pickup. The lady behind the counter wrote, "Tessa, Space Unicorn, purple lettering," on the order form. My mom texted me pictures of decorations she bought. Star plates, unicorn napkins, a banner that said "Happy Birthday" with blank space to add a name. "See," she wrote, "going all out for our girl." I believed her right up until the night before when I got that text. "We're using the party for your sister's kid instead. More important." I typed, "No, absolutely not. This is Tessa's party." Then I thought about my mom crying, about my dad yelling, about the group chat exploding, about Tessa waking up to raised voices. I deleted it. I wish I hadn't. Melissa opened the front door when we walked up. "You're early," she said, eyebrows up. The invite said, "Noon," I answered. "It's 11:58. She looked at Tessa's dress, at the balloon at my face. Something flickered across her expression, then smoothed out. "Well, we told everyone else 11, she said. "You know how you are with time. Anyway, come in." Inside, the house was full. Streamers, balloons, the smell of food, kids everywhere. Most of the decorations were blue and green, dinosaurs, and stars. The banner in the yard said Liam. The goodie bags on the table had L stickers. The cups had little superhero masks printed on them. "Nothing. Absolutely nothing," said Tessa. My mom came toward us, arms spread. "There's my birthday girl," she sang. Tessa's face brightened a little. "Hi, Grandma." She said, "It's my party." Mom laughed. "It's everyone's party," she said. "A big family celebration. So much easier than doing two, right?" I stared at her. "We booked this for Tessa," I said. "I paid for it." She waved her hand. "You know, Melissa and Dan are struggling," she said. "It just makes sense to combine. Liam will remember this. She won't. She's only 7. Tessa tugged my hand. "Do I get to open presents too?" She whispered. Mom heard that. "Oh, don't worry about presents," she said. "We'll sort that out later. Right now, just go have fun." We moved through the motions. I helped Tessa climb the slide. I smiled at relatives. I accepted. "You must be so proud of Liam, like I hadn't brought a child of my own." The whole time, Tessa stayed close, hovering at the edges of groups, trying to join games where the kids had already decided Liam went first because his name was on everything. The cake showed up half an hour in. The bakery girl carried it carefully into the kitchen. When she set it down and opened the box, Tessa sucked in a breath. "That's my cake," she said. Same planets, same unicorn, same pastel swirl. The girl checked the order slip. Name inscription changed last minute, she said, thinking out loud. Hope we spelled it right. Across the middle, in big blue letters. Happy birthday, Liam. Not a trace of Tessa. My mom leaned over it like a game show host. Isn't it amazing? She said he's going to lose his mind. Tessa's face fell. I thought, she started then stopped. Mom noticed the look finally. Oh, sweetie, you both get cake, she said. Don't be greedy. Liam's actual birthday is next week. This is his big party. Tessa's shoulders sagged. I'm not greedy, she whispered. Melissa slid up beside me, voice low. Do not make this into a thing, she said. It's just a name on sugar. No, I said it's not. We sang loud, chaotic, every adult proud and noisy. Happy birthday, dear Liam. Tessa sang too. When the song ended, my mom shoved the cake closer to Liam. Make a big wish, buddy, she said. Blow them all out. He spat half the candles out in one messy breath, laughing. Oh, and for Tessa too, my mom added almost as an afterthought. She dug a spare candle out of the drawer, stuck it in the back corner of the cake, away from the decoration. Here, sweetheart, she said. Blow that one. Only 3 people sang the second happy birthday quietly. Me, my Aunt Carol, my cousin's wife. Halfway through, someone turned the music back up. When it was time for slices, Liam got the unicorn. His friends got planets and stars. Tessa's slice was plain cake and icing from the back, handed to her, without eye contact. Aren't you lucky? Mom said. So much cake. Thank you, Tessa said. No one gave her a present. Every gift bag on the table said to Liam. She walked away with her plate and disappeared into the hallway. When she didn't come back, I went to find her. She was staring at the grandkids' frame on the wall. Every picture was Liam. Different holidays, different outfits. In the bottom corner, there was a tiny photo of Tessa. She was 3, hair in her face, mid-blink. It looked like a screenshot from a video someone had grabbed once and forgotten about. Tessa touched the glass lightly. Maybe Grandma just didn't have time, she said, to print more of me. Her voice was trying so hard to be reasonable. It broke my heart. She looked up at me. I don't think she likes me as much as Liam, she said. Because we don't live close. And because I'm not here all the time. And because I don't know. There was no tantrum, no tears, just a small kid quietly naming the rankings. That was it. Not the banner. Not even the cake. That sentence. I don't think she likes me as much. I stared at the frame at my daughter's reflection next to Liam's smiles. And something in me went ice cold. Get your bag, I said. We're going home. I didn't announce it to the yard. I didn't make a speech. I picked up her little backpack from the pile by the couch, grabbed the unicorn balloon where it had sagged against the chair, and walked her toward the front door. Mom intercepted us on the porch. Where are you going? She snapped. We haven't even done presents yet. You haven't. I said. She frowned. Don't do this, she said. You're being dramatic. She's having fun. Tessa's hand tightened in mine again. She asked to go, I said. So we're going. You're putting ideas in her head. Mom hissed. She was fine until you started sulking. Dad wandered over with a beer. What's the problem now? He asked. You're not seriously leaving over some balloons, are you? You hijacked my daughter's birthday, I said, with my money and made sure she knew she was an afterthought. That's the problem. Dad rolled his eyes. Oh, for God's sake, he said. It's just money. It's just a party. She'll have dozens more. Not here, I said. Mom's mouth dropped open. Excuse me, she said. We're done, I said. Tessa's birthday is not a group project. I didn't wait for whatever speech was loading. I buckled Tessa into the car and drove away. Halfway home, she asked very quietly, Am I in trouble? No, I said. You didn't do anything wrong. She thought about that. Is Grandma mad at me? She asked. No, I said Grandma's mad at me. She nodded slowly. Okay, she said. Can I still have a birthday with you? You're going to have the best birthday, I said. Right here. That night, we had takeout pizza on the couch. I stuck 7 candles into a grocery store cupcake. She made a wish, blew them out, and opened her gifts for me and her mom. She smiled for real for the first time all day. After I tucked her in, I sat in the dark living room, phone in my hand, heart beating too fast. I knew what I was about to do would light everything on fire. I also knew if I didn't do it now, I never would. I opened my banking app. First, the joint emergency savings account opened 5 years ago after Dad's hours were cut. Me and Mom on the account for convenience. She'd put in $200 once. I'd been quietly feeding it ever since. Balance $10,218. I transferred it all to a new savings account in my name only. The app asked, "Are you sure?" Yes, I was. Second, the autopays, gas, electric, water, internet, all under my checking account, all set to automatic. I canceled each one. Third, the credit card, my limit, Mom's little plastic square with her name on it. I removed her as an authorized user. Fourth, the monthly support transfer, $600 every first of the month. Family support, I deleted it. Fifth, my card on their Amazon account. I logged in, removed my card, changed the password. Then I took a sticky note and wrote in big letters, "I'm not your backup bake. Tessa comes first." I stuck it on the fridge. Just in case, tomorrow morning, I woke up tempted to walk any of it back. I put the phone face down, turned off the kitchen light, and went to bed. At 8:59 a.m., my phone started buzzing. I ignored the first 2 calls. By the third, Tessa was awake, hair wild, asking if we could get space pancakes for breakfast. I made pancakes with chocolate chip constellations and let my phone buzz on the counter. Texts started coming in. "Mom, what did you do to the account?" The gas bill bounced. The electric says payment failed. The savings is empty. Call the bank and fix it. Then my card was declined at Ralph's. I had a whole card. They made me put things back. This is cruel, Jim. Melissa, are you seriously doing this because of one party? Grow up, Dad. If this is some kind of tantrum, end it. We need that money. You don't get to just pull the plug without warning. And the one that almost did it, the one that made me feel 12 again. Don't forget who raised you. I poured syrup on Tessa's pancake and watched her arrange blueberries like planets. After breakfast, Science Center, I asked, "Can we get astronaut ice cream?" She asked too, I said. My phone vibrated again. "Mom, after everything we've done for you, you're punishing us over a cake. We hosted your child. We opened our home. You humiliated us by leaving. And now this. Melissa, Mom says you stole her savings. You know that was for the house, right? You're so selfish." I finally answered one text. Not theirs. My cousin Derek's. He'd written, "Hey, I don't know the details, but my wife and I saw Tessa yesterday. We saw your mom, too. It wasn't okay. Just wanted you to know." I typed back. I cut them off. He replied, "Good. About time." It was stupid how much that helped. They showed up in person by lunchtime. 3 hard knocks rattled the door. My dad's knock. Tessa looked up startled. "Is that Grandma?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "You don't have to talk to them if you don't want to. You can stay here and watch your cartoon." "Okay." She nodded and hugged her unicorn closer. I opened the door halfway and stepped into the frame. Mom's eyes were already shiny and furious. Dad looked like he'd chewed nails for breakfast. "What did you do?" Mom demanded. "Move my money," I said. "You emptied the account," she snapped. "You can let the bills. My card doesn't work. Amazon won't let me order anything. Do you have any idea what you've done to us?" "Yes," I said. "For the first time, I actually do." Dad pointed a finger at me. "You've crossed the line," he said. "We rely on that money, Jim. This isn't a game. You rely on it because I let you." I said, "For years." Mom's voice went up. "This is about yesterday." She said, "Stop pretending it's not. You're punishing us because we made one practical decision. You texted that my nephew was more important than my daughter." I said, "You took her party. You erased her name. That's not one practical decision. That's the whole pattern. We never said that to her." Mom said, "You're the one putting these ideas in her head." She was fine. She told me she doesn't think you like her as much. I said, "I didn't put that in her head." "You did." Mom flinched, then recovered. She's sensitive, she said. She takes things the wrong way. We love her, then act like it, I said. Dad shook his head. You're being controlled, he said. By your ex, by your therapist, whatever Hollywood nonsense. This isn't you. This is exactly me, I said. Just finally without my wallet open. Mom pressed her hand to her chest. We are your parents, she said. You don't cut off your parents. That's not how this works. Apparently how it works here is that the one kid with a somewhat steady income pays for everyone's life, and his own kid gets treated like a guest. I said that's done. We took you to auditions. Mom said we helped you chase this ridiculous dream. You'd be nowhere without us. You reminded me. I said every time I said no to anything. She stared at me. So that's it. She said no more help. You'd let us lose the house over a misunderstanding. You won't lose the house. I said, you'll just have to pay all of it yourselves. Dad's voice hardened. You'll regret this when we're gone, he said. When we're not around anymore. And you remember you chose money over family. I thought about the sticky note on my fridge. I thought about the frame in their hallway. I chose my family, I said. She's in the living room. Mom tried a different angle. Let's at least talk to her, she said. We brought her something. She held up a small gift bag. Obvious guilt by generic doll printed on the front, tag blank. Not right now. I said she doesn't need to see you until I know you can treat her like she matters. You can't keep her from us. Mom said that's up to you. I said you behave like grandparents. You get to be grandparents. You behave like we saw yesterday. You don't. You're cruel. Mom whispered. I'm tired. I said there's a difference. I took a breath. Listen carefully. I said I am not your backup bank. You are off my accounts. There are no more secret transfers. No more just this once payments. If you ask me for money, I might say yes. I might say no. But I am not quietly funding a family that treats my kid like a footnote. Mom's face crumpled. We'll never forget this, she said. I won't either, I said. I shut the door. They didn't knock again. The fallout lasted a few weeks. They called my aunts. They cried to my uncles. In the family chat, there were vague posts about kids these days having no loyalty. Some relatives took their side. Some stayed quiet. A few texted me privately to say, we saw Tessa that day. We get it. I didn't send more money. I didn't turn the autopays back on. I didn't rescue their Amazon cart. When my mom emailed me a long paragraph about how money shouldn't have strings and parents don't owe their children perfection, I read it once and archived it. She never once said, I'm sorry. She never once wrote Tessa's name. So, I started planning a second party, a do-over. I rented the community room in my building. Concrete floors, ugly chairs, a little kitchenette. It was perfect. Tessa helped me tape up dollar store streamers and paper stars. She drew her own space unicorn sign and insisted we hang it crooked, because space is messy. I texted a handful of parents from her class. Hey, we're doing a small birthday redo for Tessa this Saturday at my place. Pizza, cake, crafts, no presents needed. Just come if your kid wants to. More people came than I expected. Her friend Maya showed up with a hand-drawn card. A boy from class came in a hoodie covered in planets for the theme. Dererick and his wife came with their twins and a giant bottle of soda. My Aunt Carol walked in with a gift bag and kissed my cheek. Your mom is furious I'm here, she murmured. She said, I'm encouraging bad behavior. I told her, setting boundaries isn't bad behavior. Then she hung up on me. So where do you want the chips? I pointed to the table and swallowed the tight feeling in my throat. The cake arrived last. Same bakery, same design, different name. Purple frosting, neat and bold across the middle tier. Happy birthday, Tessa. She stared at it for a full 10 seconds. That's my name, she whispered. Sure is, I said. Just mine, she added. Just yours, I said. When we sang this time, every kid yelled her name. Happy birthday, dear Tessa. She grinned so hard I worried her face might crack. Make a wish, I said. She leaned in, eyes squeezed shut, then whispered in my ear after she'd blown the candles out. I wished we can have my party here every year, she said. Because this is our place. Our place. We ate pizza and cake off mismatched plates. Kids ran around with balloons. Someone spilled juice and I just wiped it up. No one told Tess not to drip wax, not to stand too close, not to be ungrateful. There were 2 empty chairs in the corner. I'd set them up out of habit. Mom, Dad, they stayed empty. Tessa never asked about them. Later, after everyone left, we stacked the chairs and swept the floor. "Do you think Grandma's still mad?" she asked. "Probably," I said. "But that's not your job to fix." "Are you mad at her?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "A little and sad. But I'm more focused on you." She thought about that. "I liked it better this way," she said. "I didn't have to share my cake." "You never have to share your birthday cake," I said. At home, she taped a new drawing to my fridge. 2 stick figures holding hands under a big, wobbly unicorn. Above them, in purple marker, she'd written, "Me plus Daddy equals family." No grandparents, no cousin, just us. My phone buzzed on the counter. Another email preview from my mom popped up. "We won't always be here. One day, you'll see what you've thrown away." I looked at the drawing at Tessa, carefully coloring in a little star next to our stick figureheads. Maybe I had thrown something away, but it wasn't what she thought. I'd thrown away the idea that being a good son meant funding people who couldn't treat my child like she mattered. I'd thrown away the hope that if I just paid for everything, they'd eventually show up for her the way they did for Liam. What I had left was smaller, simpler. Me, my kid, a crooked space unicorn sign. Enough.